How can I help you steal our stolen art?
Different accents, different faces, and different roles. Cate Blanchett has played a goddess,
You have no idea what's possible.
a queen, an elf,
We were given to the elves, immortal, wisest, and fairest of all beings.
and even Bob Dylan.
Yes, clocks, watermelons, it's everything.
Now she embodies the fictional composer-conductor Lydia Tar, the first female chief conductor of the Berlin Philharmonic. If we compare Blanchett's career to an orchestra, it'd be crazy to conceive how many different instruments she plays. But once we understand how the star conducts her preparation for each role, it all makes sense. Sit tight, we're about to embark on a journey through Blanchett's steps to learning how to conduct a real orchestra, master the piano, and speak fluently in a foreign language. This is how Cate Blanchett became the world-renowned Lydia Tar. Before Tar, Blanchett's only knowledge of music came from high school piano lessons, but that didn't stop Todd Field from writing the entire script for the film with the actress in mind. The story continues into the depths and nuances of a celebrity conductor whose entire identity revolves around the power of her music. Field claims Blanchett entered his mind as soon as he began to write Lydia. After she first read the script, Blanchett knew two things. One, that she loved every single detail about the character, the world, and the journey. And second, she would have to do a lot of homework to get into Lydia Tar's skin, starting with learning the language of music from a musician's perspective. To immerse herself into the orchestra world, Cate worked alongside her fellow countrywoman, the Australian conductor Natalie Murray Beale. Beale and Blanchett worked on finding the actress's own style of conducting and focusing on the physical aspects of it as a form of expression. Cate learned how to use a baton and actually conducted the Dresdner Philharmonic herself during the film. Blanchett said to the LA Times, "Nothing will prepare you for the moment when you stand on the podium," which was terrifying, and give the downbeat and start making that sound with an orchestra of that size. Before the film started, Blanchett felt nervous about conducting, so the actress asked Field to schedule the orchestra scenes towards the end of filming, so she could get more comfortable in Lydia's skin to take on the challenge. But things don't always go as planned, and due to a scheduling conflict, the complete opposite had to take place to make the film possible. Luckily, Blanchett took the opportunity as a gift.
It was a gift because I started with what she loved. I started with what she did, where her identity was bound up. And I realized the stakes. Because when we lose what we love, when we lose our identity, without the music, who is she?
But conducting was only one side of Blanchett's homework. Lydia Tar is also a pianist, and to master the piano, Blanchett had to revisit her high school days. The actress recalls being told as a little girl that she wasn't a pianist, she might as well be an actor. Well, her piano instructor back then wasn't wrong, but to look like a phenomenal pianist, the actor Blanchett had to find a new teacher. Cate worked with the Hungarian pianist Emiz Varag, a teacher at the Budapest Liszt Ferenc Academy of Music. Varag taught the star about the history of music and helped her reconnect to the instrument. Cate considers the relationship she developed with Varag crucial to her transformation process, and Varag deposits the success of the work in Cate's talent. This is what Emiz Varag told the Hungarian tabloid Blick. "I'm glad I was a little bit involved in this, but it must be added that you can't get it out of someone who doesn't have the talent and knowledge. I may have contributed somewhat, but this award is due to the work and humility of Cate Blanchett." Understanding the power of music and the power within Lydia's musicality was imperial for Cate to conduct this role with perfection.
You get this amazing electric charge. And in that space, I can understand how some people can think that they're the king or queen of the world. And it's really important that you allow that space to kind of be filled again with humility. And I think that's what you witness in the character.
But music wasn't the only language Blanchett had to learn to portray the Berlin-based Tar. The actress also had to learn how to speak and conduct in German.
Nochmal von vorne. Anfang Adagio.
German wasn't a new language for Blanchett, who studied it a little while in high school, but learning more and being comfortable with speaking it naturally required a lot of studying. Cate was the one to come up with the idea that Lydia would speak both English and German in the film. Her goal was to keep the authenticity of the story.
So, I said to him that, I really did need to conduct in German, so I made a rod for my own back.
Blanchett mixes the two languages naturally throughout the movie when speaking to her daughter and her musicians. At an advanced screening in Sydney in December 2022, the 53-year-old actress said to the audience, "I've always loved the German accent. I learned a bit of it in school," she says, "but these are the things I had to do to get to the stuff. I was so daunted by the role, to be perfectly frank." When we think about the amount of research and skill training Blanchett had to go through to play Tar, we understand how committed she is to her craft. But here's what she thinks about the so-called homework.
But the biggest and bravest moment as an actor is to let your homework leach away and watch it go down the drain and give over control to whatever happens in the present. And that's where the magic really happens.
This is a fascinating take on the process of preparing. But Blanchett's homework included more than acquiring new technical skills. The Australian star also dug deep into the character's psychology and backstory, and for that, she had the creator of the character himself by her side. Blanchett clearly stated the significance of her collaboration with Todd Field to create and truly become Lydia Tar. While preparing, the actress and writer-director talked about Lydia's whole life, from her school years to her relationship with sports, music, and friends. Most of these elements are not in the film as content, but knowing who Tar was from all angles and moments was a major component of building such an honest and nuanced character.
Sometimes backstory can feel like personal preparation, whereas somehow as a director you were able to make that stuff manifest. So it wasn't just stuff that we were writing in our notebooks as actors, we wanted to bring it into the subtext. The subtext is very, very thick.
Very thick indeed. Lydia Tar feels so real, it left viewers around the world wondering if the film was based on a real story about a real composer-conductor. Although Lydia Tar does not exist in the real world, Blanchett looked at various real women for inspiration. But one in particular became a special role model for her, the author and philosopher Susan Sontag. Blanchett calls Sontag a razor-sharp, absolutely authentic public intellectual, features she thinks speak to Tar's persona. The star stated she listened to hours of Sontag speaking to capture her essence and through it connect deeper to Lydia. Cate Blanchett believes Tar is a film about identity and the realm of corruption and power. Touching on the subject matter of the #MeToo movement and the LGBTQ community was a daring approach to a relevant conversation. The film did a good job talking about the subject, and the public has taken Blanchett's work as an essential addition to the discussion.
Kate, several LGBTQ outlets have named you a lesbian icon. Why do you think that is, and are you happy for Tar to further cement that status?
Yeah, baby. That's so nice. I don't know what it means, but it's nice. Yeah, cool. I'll take it.
Tar is only at the beginning of its road towards multiple awards. The film was named Best Picture of the Year by more critics than any other film released in 2022, and Blanchett was nominated for an Academy Award and already won the 2023 Golden Globe for the role. The magic of transforming into new characters might be a gift Cate Blanchett presents to the audience. Still, the most beautiful part is when the transformation touches the performer as much as it connects with the viewers, and Cate Blanchett is definitely a new person after becoming Lydia Tar for the screens.
I feel very changed by this film. It's such an examination of the corrupting nature of power. I mean, it's set in the classical music world. It's I hate it when people say it's a personal film, but I felt quite expanded by it, so it's very important to me.
Now, what did you think about Tar? Has Cate Blanchett touched your soul with the musicality within her acting? Let us know in the comments down below.